Good morning. Are you ready for a garden tour? I've given it a few days because, when you watch water boil, it doesn't boil. Well, it felt like I was watching the plants and they weren't growing. So I gave them a couple days break. And of course, I really just needed a break too. There's too much stress sometimes, even when you're not trying to stress. I'm really trying to stay grounded and balanced, and just sometimes that fear of the unknown just creeps in and there's nothing that you really can do about it. So I stepped away from the garden for a few days, let it grow, and let's go see what it's doing. Look at that beautiful honeybee doing its job. They're just so beautiful. Hi, Gramps. What you doing? Every time I'm out here in the garden, something beautiful happens, and you just notice something you've never seen before. Look at the edge of this squash, all of the dew on its leaves all the way around. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And then under here, we have a little tiny fruit. And under this, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. This is a lemon cucumber. Hey. Anyways, it's just amazing. And look at that beauty. There's just beauty everywhere. And then look at all of the summer squash down there. Look at this one. It's huge already. Right here in the tomato plant, we have the tomato blooms. And then we also have the white radish blooms. Is that so beautiful? And then we come down here and we have the mix of the pansies. Look, such treasures. Here we are at the trellis, the birdhouse trellis. I think that's what I'm gonna call it, the birdhouse trellis, because it looks so much like a birdhouse. We have this beautiful summer squash in bloom, and it has a fruit. Isn't that amazing? This tiny little plant is already fruiting. Here we are at the Asian greens. They went to flower. That's okay. We didn't get to eat them. We have this one here. I'm gonna eat this soon because it went to flower. It's gonna go to flower. And look at the pansies. Is this so pretty? Look at the detail. I'll go in and show you the tomatoes. So crazy awesome. Here I am at the Kentucky pole bean area, and I just wanted to show you the growth. It's amazing what a couple days of not watching them grow will do. The nasturtiums are doing fantastic. These are climbing. Then obviously the pole beans are climbing. And so get all this growing a little bit taller and start training it to go up the wires. And the square foot gardening area is doing fantastic. We have the bush beans, and then we have our beets and radishes growing, and onions, and I can't even tell you how tall these are. It doesn't come off in the video, but everything is just doing amazing. The mammoth pea is starting to get to a spot where it's gonna start climbing up the trellis, as well as the climbing nasturtium. This area makes me so happy. I don't work with seeds very often, and this year I was just really drawn to working with the seeds. And so here I am, and everything is growing. Everything seems really happy. Let's see if we can get it through the next few hot days. Look at all of the midnight snacks. This plant is truly, truly happy. Let's see what's going over here. Oh, wow. Look how much bigger it is. And the peach tree, I am totally blown away and amazed. Look at all of that fruit. Some exciting news to report. We have a pepper, more flowers, little tiny peppers. There's a little tiny pepper on this guy. These guys are fruiting. I mean flowering, not fruiting. The Cubanelle is trying, but I started some new seeds just in case. And then back here on the squash, I'm not sure if this one's happy. Just gonna give it some time and let it do its thing. If it takes off, it takes off, and if it doesn't, we'll just put something new in its space. This has to be one of my favorite succulents. Do your thing, little pollinator. I have been patiently waiting for this nasturtium to do something. I thought I was gonna lose it. I lost the other one, but this one is just super happy and so beautiful. Remember this guy? I thought I was gonna move him because he wasn't happy. Well, he seems to be doing really well right now. And we even have a volunteer. So they're gonna stay. As I'm going through my garden and I'm harvesting items to eat, I do a quick little cleanup on the plant I'm picking from. And then I just add it to my pile. And then I'll cover it with some soil. And it'll start breaking down and start becoming beautiful compost. Time to go on a little treasure hunt to fill my basket. A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. Here's today's harvest. Did some cherry tomatoes, some snap peas. There's a ton more snap peas, but I like coming out and eating them through the day. Strawberries, stir-fry broccoli, which we've been kind of eating as tender broccoli. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know if that's what it's called. Some kale. I have some pear mint, which I'm gonna put in our tea. And then, oh, look at the asparagus and the kale, the butter lettuce and romaine lettuce. It's what's for breakfast. I wanted to show you that I got the borage staked up so that that squash down there would have some more sun. But I noticed I had a tomatillo volunteer and it's doing fantastic. Making some fresh mint tea. And I love you, Rogues. and breakfast made from the items we harvested from the garden, as well as mint tea. Michael poured us some OJ, and then here's his pretty food, and there he is with his cool little hat.
My hair was cold.
It's only 80 degrees out.
This morning it was cold and my hair looked horrible, so I'm like, I'll just leave it on.
I love you. You're funny. It still has the tag on it.
I'm doing the mini pearl thing.
Okay, mini pearl.
Yeah.
I love it.
Golly.
What do you think of your
It's too pretty to
plate?
eat.
Too pretty to eat.
Yeah, there's two. I mean, the egg's not so pretty, but the stuff that you grew is really pretty. So,
all right, well,
thanks for
enjoy.
making breakfast.
You're welcome.